anyone knows about haircuts, it's Thorsten Wozniak. He's been a hairdresser for more than 20 years.
I like long hair. I think it's really, really beautiful. It's always an expression of potency and strength.
Nowadays, politicians use the term haircut to refer to restructuring a country's debts. Wozniak finds the metaphor inappropriate.
When it has to do with writing off debts, I don't understand the term at all. There's something belittling about it. It basically means making it all sound harmless.
Berlin's Hertie School of Governance has just published a new study about haircuts, the financial kind. Christoph Trebesch has examined all the state bankruptcies of the past 40 years. The results are reassuring.
We see here that the number of debt crises was higher than assumed. There have been 180 restructurings since the 1980s. There have been debt crises in a large number of countries, and a lot of these crises were overcome.
Hairdresser Thorsten Wozniak has fought his own financial battles.
There were times in my life when I didn't have the money to pay my debts. I'd have welcomed some external help. But there wasn't any. I had to deal with it on my own. I dug in my heels and tried to pay my debts. It took ages. But I'm debt-free now, and I'll never get into debt again.
Wozniak is business-minded. He prefers to give his customers hair just a trim.
It's better for business, having them come in more frequently and cutting less off, than cutting their hair short and having them come less often. I'm a businessman. Naturally, I want to make money. That's important for my business.
Christoph Trebesch says in the world of debt restructuring, that would be the wrong strategy.
It doesn't make sense to follow piecemeal tactics. When you've decided to restructure debts, you should do it in a big way. For Greece, the agreed steps are too small to really solve the debt problem in the long term. The mountain of debts will not be sufficiently reduced to really help the country financially in the long term.
This expert recommends a real buzz cut, even if it means the debtor can't get credit for years.
If someone couldn't pay me back because he had problems and he needed me to lend him more money, I wouldn't do that, definitely not. I don't think anyone is that self-sacrificing.
Similar sentiments were confirmed by Christoph Trebesch's study. Countries that benefit from major debt restructuring have to wait an average of 20 years before being able to borrow money again.
If you have a haircut of more than 60%, which means creditor losses are higher than 60%, it takes a lot longer than when the haircut is just 30% or less. So the speed at which a country is able to get fresh capital depends on the size of the haircut.
Wozniak has some advice for the Greeks. Remain optimistic.
What I have heard, though, is that there's a lot of corruption. I think that's the first thing that should be eliminated.
The problems plaguing Greece are complex, whether or not the country's debts are restructured. In any case, Thorsten Wozniak wishes the Greeks good luck.